Does anybody have any honey? Christopher Robin. Oh, bother. Christopher Robin is the newest movie from Disney. It stars Ewan McGregor as Christopher Robin. He is not the Christopher Robin that we know him as. He is now an adult Christopher Robin. He's got to deal with a family, a job, everyday life in society, so he no longer lives near the 100-acre wood. He has moved on in life, and he has moved on from Pooh and the gang. This is a Winnie the Pooh movie, and it's a really charming movie. It's not perfect, it's not great or anything, but I really did enjoy this movie, and I hope that other people can too. What I really liked about this movie was Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor is great as Christopher Robin. This dude's got all the chemistry needed for Christopher Robin. He really nails this role to a T. Really good job by Obi-Wan Kenobi. And also the stuffed animals. The stuffed animals are the best part. I mean, when you're watching a Winnie the Pooh movie, you want to watch Winnie the Pooh. I mean, Winnie the Pooh is, he's so lovable. He's kind of dumb, but like, in that cool way, you know? He doesn't really have a brain, but he's just so fun to be around. And I love the humor in this movie too, because when Winnie the Pooh goes to London, that's where it starts to get really funny. And when all the others show up, that's where it gets funny too. Eeyore steals the show. Poor Eeyore. Oh man, he was always one of my favorites. It was him, Pooh, Piglet, for some reason. I was a Piglet guy. Probably shouldn't admit that. But yeah, Eeyore totally steals the show. And the interactions between Pooh Bear and Christopher Robin, priceless. And there were some lines of dialogue in there when those two are talking together. It was a bit emotional. I almost got teary-eyed in some parts. I was like, that's sweet, and that's touching, and that's just so heartwarming. And I felt that a lot with this movie. And what I really like about this movie too is that it tells you that as an adult, it's still okay to unleash the inner child in you, because we all have it. There's no doubt that we all have the inner child within us as adults. I certainly do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Especially if you're a parent and you're gonna have kids. I mean, you'll be probably watching something or playing with something or reading something. You'll be like, oh my god, that was childhood. And you might become obsessed with it again. Who knows? I mean, that's what happens. That's obviously going to happen, and the movie hammers home that message really well. I do think, though, that this movie kind of feels like a discount version of Hook. It doesn't play as well as Hook. Definitely in, like, the way Christopher Robin has grown up. I think what it handles well is Christopher Robin is grown up. He has a grasp on what he has to do with his life, and there are some aspects of his life that he doesn't have a good grasp on. Kind of like Peter in Hook. I think Hook still does it better, but I still think that this movie does have a good grasp on that aspect as well. It doesn't have as good of a grasp as Hook when it comes to unleashing Christopher Robin's inner child. I think Hook really does that a lot better than this. I think it's probably because Hook is 2.5 hours, and this is only an hour and 45, but, I mean, it's still sweet and touching, and it hits you in the heartstrings, you know? Another thing about this movie, I did feel like the first 20 minutes of the movie were oddly paced. It's kind of bouncing back and forth a little bit. Once Pooh Bear shows up in London, that's where the movie starts to pick up a little bit, that scene in the trailer, you know? It does start to pick up a little bit there. And from there on, it's a blast. It's just the first 20 minutes are a bit slow and just kind of oddly paced. In the end, there's a chase sequence at the end. Only some of them from the gang are there. I kind of wish the whole gang was there instead of just some of them. But, I mean, I can see why they all weren't. And I just wanted to see more of the gang in this. It was mostly a focus on Pooh Bear, but I wanted to see more of everyone. I don't think everyone really had their chances to shine. Tigger definitely had his chance to shine. Eeyore's hilarious as hell. Piglet's great in this movie, and Pooh Bear, of course, just wants that honey. But everybody else, I mean, like Kanga, Roo, Owl, Rabbit, not really in the movie all that much, and that was kind of a disappointment. But overall, I really did enjoy Christopher Robin. I think it's a really good family movie that tells adults to unleash the inner child in them every once in a while. It's got a great performance by Ewan McGregor. The stuffed animals are really good, and the voice acting is top-notch for these stuffed animals. Jim Cummings as Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, great. Everybody else is great as well. Just a couple pacing issues. I don't think the message is hammered home as well as it could have been, even though it does really do a good job at that. And I just wanted to see more of the gang, the Winnie the Pooh gang, you know, the 100 Acre Wood gang. I wanted to see more of that. I am going to give Christopher Robin a B+. If you have kids, definitely check this movie out. It's definitely worth it. Check it out anyways. I mean, it's emotional. It pulls at the heartstrings. It's a good family movie. It'll cheer you up inside. And that's what I really like about this movie. Thank you for watching my review of Christopher Robin. I am working on a series of reviews right now. I did see 8th grade. I will try to review that. My schedule is a bit tight. I will try and do that, though. You will find all my links to my social media accounts in the description below. If you click on the link to my website, you will find them there. I will leave that link down below. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, a certified G and a bona fide stud.